Ladies and gentlemen, please remove your hats for the Star-Spangled Banner. Give me like a minute. That was a live sparkler in my hand in my basement.
It was a great visual gag for a not visual media format.
Ow!
We all sing to the flame.
Sing to the flame. That's what 4th of July is really about.
Singing to the flame?
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to bring something up once I intro us, but Good Idea is a brain trust your brain can trust. It's a comedy podcast where we find creative, actionable solutions to your real-life problems.
I'm Aiden Kinsella.
I'm Bradley Berklich,
I'm Jared Rose.
Oh, fuck. Try it again.
I'm Jared Rose.
And this is Good Idea. All right, fantastic.
Fantastic.
So everyone's like 4th of July. It is 4th of July.
It's 4th of July.
There's a burning ember on my neck.
Tomorrow will be the 5th of July.
Tomorrow will be the 5th of July, a day like every other.
Oh,
but
that's harsh.
You know what I miss?
What?
Armistice Day.
Didn't it get changed into Memorial Day?
Veterans Day, but yes.
So no, but yes.
Well, that celebrates a completely different thing.
That's fair. I mean, they used to have Evacuation Day in New York up until the mid-1900s when they celebrated the British leaving in the 1700s.
Oh, well, that's kind of fun.
But it's like similar principle.
Did we stop having war after Armistice Day?
Yeah, I think it was more popular when they thought World War I was the war to end all wars. That's the Peace Day. And then when they're fighting a war, Peace Day just feels sad.
World War I was during the war. They had armistice during World War I. Everyone went out onto the field and was just like, okay, let's not shoot each other.
And then the officers learned about that and, forbade them from doing that.
Officers? Are you kidding me? Governments. Governments decided it was bad.
Happiness is bad, says English government.
Yeah,
Shocking
I mean,
no
that's
It's been ruled illegal.
kind of why we did independence, Jared.
Along with sharp plastic knives, the idea of sweets, and the color red.
I, for one, am
Their
drinking.
flag is going to be messed up. It's
Yes.
going to look French without the red cross.
I, for one, am drinking tea that I paid no tax on in celebration of 4th of July. Now, to be fair,
just not true.
I paid no tax on it because it was in Bradley's house, and I just took it from Bradley's fridge.
We paid tax on it, actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I paid no tax on this tea in celebration of 4th of July. I'm really just showing the Brits, and I'm showing them how much they suck and how I can do whatever I want.
I mean, I would argue against that, but British people are kind of the fucking worst.
Well, yeah,
so...
they make us pay taxes on tea. The British
say that.
people are the reason that we have to pay taxes still to this day.
UK is like my second favorite country, so like...
What's
you know-
your...
Well, Jared, you know what? Then you're supporting taxes, which is a corrupt organization, so...
Oh, great. In the Liberal immediately, taxes are corrupt! Welcome to the Rush Limbaugh section!
What if we just did an episode of Good Idea where it was just Rush Limbaugh?
You don't know enough about Rush Limbaugh.
You don't want
I don't, but I have a vague idea.
know he's
No.
conservative, but other than that...
Yeah.
You don't, the best thing is the Rush Limbaugh voice put over an Alexa commercial. It's the greatest thing.
What does that sound like?
Well, it's like, Alexa, how tall is Mount Everest? And then Rush Limbaugh's voice comes out, I don't know, check it yourself, use the internet, or something like that.
Is this something you've made up or something
No,
you've
this
seen?
is a YouTube video with many millions of views.
That's very good.
I need to watch that video.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to watch that
That
video.
sounds like a pretty goddamn solid video.
Do you guys want to do a prompt?
I would love to do a prompt. Here, I have the
Bradley, yeah,
computer,
pick one.
so I will have a pull one up.
I have a couple that I didn't comment on the Facebook group too that are in
All
my
right.
phone, so
Did
I
you
might pull those
comment
out
on
later.
your own post?
Yes, I commented on my own post. I like to see all the comment numbers go up. It makes me
So I built a bot to do it for me.
I built a bot to
Just
randomly
comment like the number of the comment on the comment post.
7th comment.
8th comment, 9th comment, 10th comment. It's like a literally just infinite.
It's like, on,
spiraling.
it's like on Instagram where it's like first comment, first like, but it's just a celebration of all of the
Do
comments.
people do first comment, first like on Instagram?
No,
Like,
yeah.
I've gotten
Are you
one comment
kidding?
on an Instagram post in my life, and I didn't know how to respond, so I just left it there.
Okay, well, people do that, Jared.
I thought that
For-
was like
for popular
YouTube, like
people.
shitty.
It's YouTube. It started on YouTube, but people on Instagram will go like, first like.
I'm gonna start doing. I want that to be done in really official settings. Like people are signing a law, and right next to his signature, for a signature.
It's just what John Hancock did.
That's kind of what John Hancock did. That's how he got the building.
Biggest hand.
Biggest hand cock. Johnny,
Wow, Jared, that was really funny.
It was a
I
good-
like it a lot.
Johnny Big Handcock. He's a man who will live on in infamy in American history.
Can we start calling signing your name hand jobs?
No.
No.
I'm done with this.
I forbid it.
No. No, we're done with that.
We're done with that take on American history.
See, that might have been obnoxious, what I just said, but I did get the bit to end.
So the first prompt, right?
Yes, indeed. What's the unmentioned 10th circle of hell, which I believe is from Keegan?
Well, now we've mentioned it, so we can't do that one.
We can't?
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Oh.
It was a goof.
Well, now it has
Bradley.
to be the mentioned 10th circle.
What?
and then
Yeah,
we go
okay,
from
so
there.
we've mentioned it now.
But we don't know what's in it, though.
Well, no, we don't. So, well, there's the 7 circles, right? And then there
9.
must not be an 8th or... there's
9.
9?
There are 7 deadly sins and there are 9 circles of hell.
What are the
What?
extra 2 circles for?
The special people.
Oh yeah, there's like purgatory. and
Yeah,
then one more.
I think there's like one for specifically
Wait, why do I think
Lucifer.
there's...
Oh yeah,
That's why I
he's
think
in
there's
ice and
7.
trying to
Yeah.
kill him.
Okay, that's why I
I
think
don't know.
there's
It's been a
7.
while
I'm
since I've
sorry.
read Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man / Dante's Inferno. It
Yes.
was a 2-for-1.
It
but
was a
other than-
2-for-1.
yeah. But other than that,
All right. So to start with, are we thinking this thing is going to go at the very top or the very bottom? Because I think it'd be interesting to make a very middling circle of hell.
So this is the good place now.
heck.
Okay, we figured it out. It's heck. The 10th circle of hell is
Things
heck.
are slightly shitty.
It's the good place.
No, but the good
It's the
places,
medium
The
place.
good places where things are supposed to be like kind of like the medium is the medium place like purgatory, is it where
Yeah.
things are just
The
like
medium
kinda
place is
bad?
like purgatory. There's one woman there. She lives in a house by herself, and she's
Everything's just there.
everything's just like she has videos to watch, but there's only 3 of them. They're on VHS, and they're kind of shitty movies, and they're like only sequels.
So it'd be like having
It's like
Jurassic
my
Park
childhood.
2, but not Jurassic Park.
I've been rewatching The Good Place with Vic. It's an extremely good television show, and I'm so in love with it. It's so very good.
So heck is kind of like the thing. It's just where things are slightly shitty is kind of. I mean, it's easy. Is frankly my thing, and I know I said it, but I'm regretting it now because there's so much more.
Well, I still think
than
we can
heck
call
could
it
be.
heck. 'cause
We
it's
can't
really-
call it heck.
'cause that's
Yeah,
very
what if
funny.
it was
Maybe
all-
it's like
You can't swear there. And that's just The Good Place again. Never mind.
jobs.
So you're just working a 9 to 5 office job in
Well,
like sales or something?
But it's just for demons. So like this is just sort of the demon bureaucracy level where they're like running the rest of hell, and it's like, oh, where are you? I'm in heck this weekend. I'm sorry, I can't see. I can't. I'm sorry, I have all this paperwork.
Could you imagine the customer service line to heck? Like, how much worse would it have to be?
How much worse would customer service?
Like, if you had to call into heck to, like, get your hell fixed or whatever. Like, the fire's off and I want it fixed.
Fire is off.
The
It's an eternal flame, Jared.
Not
That's
anymore.
in the name. Someone shut the eternal flame off. Can we get that back
Okay,
on?
can we discuss the fact that it is not
Lucifer got out. Can we just sort of refreeze that lake?
when we discuss the eternal flame, that is not heck that the eternal flame is.
I
Or
mean,
hell,
yeah,
I mean.
I
the
think
eternal
of-
flame is not hell specific.
I was thinking of a very different thing.
It's
for
like
eternal
they burn forever. I know the eternal flame is like that.
It's a
that
symbol of
thing.
hope.
It's like
It's
that.
the Olympics.
It's the. Is it?
Well, they have one too, yeah.
Well, the Olympics is the eternal flame. There's like one commemorating soldiers, isn't
There's
there?
the Christian
Yeah.
one.
Is there a
There's-
Christian?
But it's
eternal flame?
I'm pretty sure, but it's
Somehow.
only no, it's actually in like a church or some shit. I don't know.
Does it go
every-
out ever?
I could be making this up.
There's like one in Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Which
Thor
Thor?
Ragnarok.
I haven't seen that one.
I think it's in all of them actually. It's just only like plot relevant in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
That's
and
fair.
there's one in every synagogue. There's like a light that will never go out, no matter how bad the power outage is. It has its own like special generator, and it's supposed to symbolize.
Oh, like schools emergency strips?
Yeah, sure. But like every synagogue has its own special little eternal flame will never go out, and that's symbolically good. So when you said hell is the eternal flame, I'm like, wow, that's a
My bride has sort of gone the wrong route now
Okay.
for me to.
no. It was
like
more
this.
like, wow, 90% of the world has a very different view of flames.
Oh no, that's a good point.
Most people think like 10% of people think they're hot, but 90% of people. Huh?
Yeah, take it or leave it, you know,
I guess-
flames.
Dude, flames are really hot right now. They're very in.
They're very cool.
Someone
Here's-
must have said that when it was cool to put them on your car. Someone had to have said it.
There's like some shitty '50s punnery happening. It's like someone's grandfather right now just got like a chill down his spine. Somebody made my joke.
They summoned me.
I like the idea of a 50s punnery as though it's like a location you could go in
Sort
the
of like a
50s.
cannery.
It's like it's a really dreary job. People are just churning them out. You know, no spontaneity.
Yeah, I get that. It's sort of like you get a list of things and you have to make puns.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that being a very sad existence. What happened? He fell into the punnery mill again.
I wrote a short story when I was in middle school about a man who gets chopped up into hamburger because he fell in the big hamburger generator,
So
which
it's
was
like,
something I exactly called it. It's like the jungle.
That's scarier
You just
than
wrote
any
the-
short story I've ever read, even the scary ones.
Really? Wow.
you know, Edgar Allan Poe
I
does
read that after reading something about like late 1800s.
Are we talking about the jungle?
Yeah,
Okay.
we are talking about the jungle. I forgot.
It's very upsetting.
The whole premise of the jungle, like
It was just like
Meatpacking.
the meat packing industry
Observe.
is bad.
it was the 1800s.
Yeah, but in
No,
the context, it is bad. That was
I mean, I fight for meat. I love meat.
The thing about the jungle that a lot of people don't realize because they just look to the
it's
thing.
green there.
It's
also pretty
it's
dark.
dark and full of diamonds. But other than that, that was a funny death of a salesman joke.
There we go. I was wondering why that made
Yeah,
sense.
but the actual book, The Jungle, is not really about that whole sort of like workplace safety thing. That's just one section of it. And Theodore Roosevelt read it and was like, "Oh, this is bad. Let's pass some laws." But it was really about like just trying to convert everyone to socialism.
The quote is, "I was aiming for people's hearts, and I accidentally hit
Yeah,
their stomachs."
that was it. I wrote an entire research paper on great American works of literature and public policy, so that was quite an interesting
Wow.
time. Yeah.
Everyone wrote their research paper about something that interested them, but me. Like,
What did you write yours about?
but like for reference, Bradley, literature. Cameron, film.
I wrote mine about radar's use in World War II.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
cool? Was that cool to you?
I actually really enjoyed it, yeah, because it was about like this really small thing that was a really big deal.
Yeah, I sort of went that route when I did the Sedition Act of 1798.
Dude, nice. I love that one.
The thing no one knows or cares about in the modern day.
What is the Sedition Act of 1978?
1798.
Whatever.
1978 would be very... That would be terrifying.
Well, I'll answer my question, Jared. What would the Sedition Act of 1978 be?
That would just be one of the presidents. Well, would it be Ford? Yeah, it would be Ford at that point. Just saying, please stop. I can't take it. But of 1798, it was John Adams was getting pissed that people were calling him, among other things, a hermaphrodite, and was convinced that the and among other things, there was a heavy pro-French sentiment in America. And then it turned into an anti-French sentiment later. But basically, America wanted to fight something, and John Adams wanted to stop that from happening. So he did the Alien Act, which is still on the books, which you can ban.
Banned aliens.
Yes, banned foreign nationals in cases of national security.
Okay.
And the Sedition Act, which allowed you to cut down on any press negative to the government, also for national security reasons.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
1978. What would that be? Anything going on? Was there an oil thing happening?
Yeah, oil shortage,
So
people were not happy.
if you were pro Saudi Arabia, you probably couldn't be.
Well, just people would be pissed if you were pro Saudi Arabia.
That's fair. No,
I mean,
I'll
as they're
break
like
that.
running out of oil, I love Saudi Arabia, as everyone's paying like $70,000 per barrel.
That's
But
kind of fun.
that everyone hated that thing so much that in 2 years they just voted John Adams out of office.
The right thing to do.
No, I mean yes and no, because it was Jefferson, but Adams was a better than remembered president. But still, the fact that he got pissed about the hermaphrodite thing is something I love to this day.
You insinuate people remember John Adams.
He had an HBO miniseries. It was pretty good, based off like the David McCullum.
Oh, now you've made it.
Also, he was in Hamilton. He was one of the main characters.
He was
in
in
Hamilton.
Adams and Hamilton?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
one of the main characters.
He was an off-scene
Was he
character who
Hamilton?
had one. John Adams.
John Adams as Hamilton in Hamilton.
It's just him doing a sad little tap dance in the corner. That was the real Hamilton. Actually, yeah, it was Hamilton who called him that. I remember now.
The sad little man?
No, the hermaphrodite. It was
Oh.
and
Of
it-
course it was.
And it had like some strong symbolic references, too. I mean, I don't know. But point is, yeah, I spent my research paper on that fun piece of trivia that lasted 2 years.
Hamilton did not like John Adams very much.
No, because John Adams was for relative peace, and Hamilton was like, I'm forming an army now. And John Adams was like, fine, as long as you don't lead it. I'm getting this infirm old man named George Washington to lead it. And he's like, oh, okay. And then Washington dies soon after. Looks like I'm leading the army. Adams is like, fuck. And that's like one of the bases of their...
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, that common occurrence when your friend wants to make a giant army and you're like not thrilled with it.
I mean, yeah, that seems like something that would happen to
If
me.
I had to pick
Yeah.
a man to be a hermaphrodite, I would not pick John Adams, who looks kind of like a hard-boiled egg with some fuzz on top of him.
It's a bit red for a hard-boiled egg, really.
I don't know how you cook your eggs, but mine use ketchup.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I thought it was just like
No, that's
steaming
gross.
red.
Absolutely not.
Uh,
There's still egg in there, you know? There's still some...
Yeah, if you crack open John Adams' skull, there's still some egg left for those
egg
who
in
want it.
John Adams? I know him.
This is like a fucking throwback to 2014 or whatever.
Hamilton was 2015.
Was it? I have
Yes.
no
Yeah,
idea.
I was a year late to Hamilton because I saw people I disliked liking it, and I thought there's no way I could.
I too was a year late to Hamilton, unfortunately, because then I had no one to talk about it with.
I actually started enjoying it on my spring break sophomore year.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a fun time. We've
Yeah.
come so far since then.
So,
I mean, yeah, a couple miles.
you guys want to do another prompt?
Yes, absolutely. Do you want to pick one, or do you want me to pick one?
I'd love to pick one.
Okay.
So, Danielle Buchan has sent us a number of prompts this week. Walmart, but better. Now, my dad responded to this
Target.
by saying, yes, I know, Jared, that's the obvious answer. My dad responded to this by saying Walmart, but worse, and I replied to that saying, I can't conceptualize that.
I know exactly what that store is.
Nationalized Walmart.
No, you gotta hear me out. Y'all have heard of those new Amazon stores, right? The ones
Yeah,
that
the ones where you
scan
can
your
just walk
face
out.
on your exit, and they
That's
just will
not
charge your
Walmart,
bank
but worse.
account.
That's
It's actually
just
pretty cool.
It's really cool.
It's really cool, but it is also Walmart, but worse because
Is it?
holy fuck, Amazon gets my face
Yeah, they got
to
that
use
anyway.
this like storing information on me.
If
Like
you
it's
choose
like
to give them
Minority
your-
Report. That's terrifying. Where it's like that those face scanners everywhere around. Oh, no, I guess it was eyeballs, but still, like.
That's only if you choose to give them your face. Like, you can not go to their stores and not
Yeah, but
register
soon-
your
I agree
face.
with Jared.
Guys, this I swear to you that store is going to be widespread. That
Yeah,
thing,
but
it's
again-
like the future, and there will be no choice but to participate. I think it's scary that is
No,
what we were going to have to participate in.
I feel like at least one of I feel like you, but maybe some other people will be one of those people fighting the change against where privacy is heavily invaded by just not taking part in the cool new tech. It's not going to be me. I have too weak a will, but someone
Well, I
definitely
mean,
will.
like my urge to go buy cool new tech does not extend to giving my face to Amazon.
If
to,
Amazon
to
wants
use it
to
at
hack my
checkout.
phone and watch me piss, that's fine.
I mean,
I don't care.
My face is just not worth that much, so it's like, yeah, sure, let Amazon take it.
It's
I'm
whatever.
not using it.
Jared, as a future senator, your face is absolutely worth something.
As a future failing to be a senator.
Well, whatever you say, my man. But
Yeah,
I
you
have
know what we want?
confidence.
That short, not charismatic Jewish kid. Get him in office.
So-
said no one ever.
Here's my thought. And you're gonna have to hear me out here. So I'm gonna need a platform to talk, and I need you guys just to wait until I'm done. Okay? This okay?
I'll
Can
get
we
you
do
a
this?
soapbox.
You can stand.
I need soapbox. Okay, I'm not gonna do that because it'd be bad audio, and also I'd break the chair.
Sure, when someone was saying they'd stand on a soapbox, like not the actual
They
like,
slip.
literal, not like the literal frame, like the big, but like the tiny, small cardboard soapbox. I'm like, why the fuck would anyone do that? I'm like, does it give anyone more height? Is anyone supported by that? There's a whole race of matchstick
so their
people
shoes don't
using
get
a
dirty.
small soapbox as a way to to get more
No,
elevation.
they need that soapbox so they can speak to everyone, so they can get matchstick people rights.
Yes. All right.
Okay,
continue.
here's my idea. Okay, so right now, our country is planning on building a wall. Now I know it's not ideal. I personally don't agree with this, but here's my thought. Mexico's not going to pay for that wall. We need private sponsorship. What we need is the Great Wall of Mart. A huge Walmart-sponsored wall that people can go shop at the border. Okay, so they make a ton of money.
I like where you're going with the sponsorship thing. Like, you know those giant screens in Times Square? Imagine a wall that is on both sides comprised of changing screen advertisements going the entire Mexico-US border. Could you imagine
put one
anything more American?
Fucking United States border on the Mexican side, it just goes USA, like chanting in like big flashing pixels. USA.
You can start that chant anywhere. I
USA.
love it. I started that chant when I was on vacation in, like, not US once. I don't want to... It was, like, Sweden, and people don't love the US there. But, like, still, just to prove a point, I started it and it caught. Like,
Jared,
you can
that's just a How I Met Your Mother episode.
Yes,
Is it
I know,
not?
and I tested it, and it works.
Yes, of course it does.
But, like, not even outside the US, it works.
I was in a pub crawl in Britain, and a bunch of people started doing that. It was kind of funny because they were all very inebriated and
What were your
British.
drinks of choice?
My drinks of choice was a black and white, but other than that,
I don't know what a black and white
it's
is.
just whiskey.
very
and
tolerant.
Scotch.
Hey, this is Aiden. I just want to personally apologize to Jared for not hearing him say it's very tolerant. That is all.
That's fun. Mm-hmm. No, okay, so the cheap labor defeats the purpose, but like, so we'll
Expensive
hire
labor.
fine,
Men in
we'll
top
hire
hats.
American workers.
That's still cheap.
It's
We need
still
to pay
cheap.
these people more.
Liechtenstein
Let's get
workers.
some expensive laborers.
Okay, so here's what we need: expensive laborers. Why? Walmart's not going to do that. The Great Wall of
Gold-plated
Mart.
laborers.
Each laborer has, like, a small fortune under them, so Bill Gates can be, like, a greeter or something. That's actually a large fortune. And, like, Jeff Bezos is, like, running the cashier.
God, I fucking hate Jeff Bezos. I was harping on Amazon earlier. Have you seen how much money this man has and how
He makes
derelict
like $230,000 a minute, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and the conditions of his
That-
factory and of his workers are so appalling. It's literally disgusting.
I'm for changing workers' rights in America. I don't blame him personally for all
I
of
do
that.
because then his justification for his whole space program is literally, I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it, and the answer is just pay your workers more and allow them to take longer breaks.
Well, compared to many other companies, Amazon's workers are relatively better off. Like, if you compare it to Walmart and a lot of other companies.
No, man.
Jeff Bezos-
I
I mean,
strongly disagree.
For example, I mean, Bezos is working with a couple other people to completely reform private healthcare with the express purpose of giving decent healthcare to his workers.
Why do his workers still have to piss in bottles on the line and get fired if they are inactive for 10 minutes?
I think you need to send me the shit I don't know about.
All right,
'Cause,
all right,
I mean,
I
not
will.
the second.
Here, okay.
But, like, I feel
Yeah.
out of.
Jeff Bezos makes the median Amazon salary every 9 seconds, which is $28,000.
The median Amazon salary is $28,000.
Yep.
That's
It's not good.
yeah. I mean,
It's not good.
Jared's trying to $28,000. How much money is that?
no,
Is that a lot of money? I don't
No.
know. What's a sal? Is it like a year?
Bradley,
Is it like a month? I don't understand.
That's more than doubling over the poverty rate. It was what I was thinking, but yeah, sure. Paint me as the guy.
The aloof. How much does this banana cost?
Yeah,
but they often
make Patrick think that. Perfect.
Jared,
No.
they often work upwards of 55 hours a week.
No, labor conditions in America in general need to be vastly improved, and I have a complex, boring political rant for that. Does not fit.
Someone should write a book about that.
Yeah, it's almost as if people have been thinking about it for years, and then it's a complex topic.
We call it the Savannah because the Amazon complex. The Amazon.
Wonderful.
So to answer your question-
I'm an idiot. It went right over my head. The Amazon.
No, I
it's the
didn't-
follow-up. Upton Sinclair rises from the grave, makes the Amazon.
Does he rise Upton?
Okay,
How
thank
do
you
they
for that.
rise up?
But you're welcome.
Oh man.
Okay, so really, really long wall of Walmart, and it's just got a whole bunch of American employees. We raise American employment rates. We privatize the wall. We keep the Mexicans out. It's perfect.
That sounds good and somehow inachievable.
Also,
I don't see why not.
if we're improving Walmart while we're at it, can we just switch out the lighting? Because god damn it, we were talking about the 10th circle of hell earlier. I swear to God, hell is not dark and fiery. Okay, it's not. It just has the fluorescent lighting of Walmart.
It's Walmart at like 9 o'clock at night, and your internal cycle is like trying to reset, and it's like, oh, it's day, and you're like, no, it's not fucking day.
They say hell is other people. Hell is Walmart, where there are also other people.
You know, I see Aiden this being the beginning of a massive theological schism. Like there was the early Christian schisms, then the big one was Orthodox versus Catholic, then the Protestant
theses,
Reformation.
yeah.
The next one it's going to be Aiden yelling, "It's fucking fluorescent lighting!" versus all of theology.
Aiden could recruit a lot of people, I think.
Because fluorescent lighting gives me fucking headaches. Like that,
Well,
the
it's
lighting in
because it's-
Walmart is such shit.
And that's
because
not what
it
Jesus
flickers
intended.
constantly.
It flickers.
It's on half the time and it's off half the time, which means
Probably saves money.
you're like.
Again, just a really solid, unappreciated joke by Jared about how it probably saves money that the lighting only on half the time. So, Jared, I'm really sorry for underappreciating you this episode. I promise next time I will listen more and talk less. Thank you. Thank you for sticking with me. And I'm sorry. You deserve better.
Have you ever been to like Target? Because the Target's lighting is designed to make you feel good. If you go into a Walmart, its lighting is designed to make you feel like shit.
So you buy blue things, which is why their store is blue.
Can we just get rid of all of the... I'd rather walk through a dark store.
Aiden, I think you're like
That would be pleasing.
one step away from a crusade against Walmart.
I
mean,
fucking hate Walmart. I go to Walmart sometimes because like it's cheaper and whatever. But like, first of all, Walmart's not good to their employees. Speaking of companies that aren't good to their employees, also fluorescent lighting.
they're also not open 24 hours. If you're going to be like a shitty company, you should at least be open 24 hours.
It's true.
And who wants to work at like 1 in the
Listen,
morning?
I needed
Like,
to buy
what
some
worker?
pasta one time, and Walmart was closed.
I was with you, Jared.
Yes,
it was
you
like,
were.
what was it? Was it 1 a.m. at that point?
Yep, Walmart was closed and did not have
That
the
was, like,
pasta
last
I needed.
week.
Yep.
I was told about that, and it's the stupidest goddamn story anyone's ever told me.
It worked. I've gone through most of the pasta now because it's better than soup.
I eat pasta raw.
with wisdom teeth out, he eats them raw.
Me and Jared both had sort of a fortuitous coincidence these past couple weeks, which is we both had our wisdom teeth out approximately a day apart from each other, which was fun. Jared, how was your experience?
My experience was not great because I forgot how much I liked food until I couldn't have most of it. And then,
I knew exactly how much I liked food going in, but I also remembered how much I liked smoothies and milkshakes, and then I promptly managed to spill an entire Blue Moon smoothie on myself. Because I was still numb.
Dairy cream?
No, sweets. It was bad. And I did it over there on that couch.
Oh, buddy.
all of our listeners can see the couch.
And my mother then later, halfway through our recording session, came down and wiped it up off
Although
that
you
that
Is
table
that what
over
that
there.
was?
That's what that was. My mom's like, "There's this goop here," and I'm like, "Oh fuck," because I hadn't been down here
Wait.
in like a week.
So you recorded when your face was
No,
like still numb?
now.
Oh.
This happened now.
This
today.
yeah.
And, like 20 minutes ago.
So this
It's
can
been
still
here
be.
for a few days. So what is this slime on the desk?
One more milkshake. One more milkshake, mother.
You know, I think this really should be the Wisdom Tooth Removal Survivors episode. Because we survived.
Jared, is there like a high death rate on that, or?
No, but we survived though, and I want to make that a thing.
I want your wisdom teeth, you guys.
I have my wisdom.
Can I have them?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
You see, I thought,
Jared,
what
where
on
are
earth
yours?
could I use? I think the doctor threw them out after he took them.
Thanks, Brad.
Why do you have them?
I asked for them.
Much appreciated. There they are. It's Bradley's teeth.
They're wise. Also, every form of that joke has been done by people who I've spoken.
Nope, there they go.
Oh God, that's so upsetting.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's.
That's really upsetting, Jared. Okay, take it off. Take it off the table. Jared is upset. Jared has never seen teeth before. It's.
Don't smile, I swear to God.
These things are messed up. These bad boys are screwed. It's kind of fun that I still have these in my house in my basement, easily accessible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
a
like
little
people
bit.
are gonna be having a party. It's like, Brad, when you gonna break out the wisdom teeth? And he's like, I have them right here.
Okay, so yeah. Anyway, Walmart sucks. That's sort of my thesis.
Your thesis
I
is-
never go to Walmart and don't have an interesting time. I will give Walmart that.
Last time I was there, Aiden and Bradley, you were both there. We had the game Try and Find the Weirdest Thing You Can.
And Cameron comes
Wait.
back with one of the rollback, with just one of the rollback stickers.
Which I thought was the winning item.
It was the winning
Cameron
item.
and I
You-
were a great team.
You're ignoring the whole premise of the game, which is 15 minutes, $15, and it's you spend 15 minutes.
What didn't we come back with a fidget spinner?
Yeah, you guys.
I was on your team, right?
Yeah. Well, the original concept of the game. One of my only photos of Jared on my phone is Jared holding up a Minoji menorah.
I hate that.
Emoji, not a Minoji.
No, a Minoji.
A
I actually look
Minoji.
pretty good.
An
in that
emoji
photo.
menorah.
But yeah, the best part about
Speaking
that
of
game,
the eternal flame, lol.
I'm gonna go back into that picture and see what emojis they used for what candles. Like, what was the leading candles
It was
emoji?
the heart eyes.
Oh, that's all right.
Maybe it was the menorah emoji.
But no, Cameron and I were on the team, and whenever we'd run to get something, we'd look behind us, and Isabel and Shiloh would have gotten the exact same item without either team like collaborating or seeing the other thing. It's like we got this Dora the Explorer toothbrush set, and then they also have a Dora the Explorer toothbrush set.
I swear we've talked about this before, but 15 minutes, $15 is the fun game where you go into Walmart, you have 15 minutes and $15, and you have to buy the weirdest combination of items.
Yeah.
And then we used to play it that you would film the look on the cashier's face.
Oh, nah.
That didn't really happen. We just sort of compiled in a betting aisle and shared our loot.
Yeah, I think the rollback sign with the fancy feast cat food, which is called Crave, and then the toy handcuffs. That was our set.
That's fucking off.
Because what is going to happen with these three items? I think it probably
Did we say Keegan's name when we did Keegan's prompt?
Yeah, I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
You should say the name of.
Yeah, no, we definitely did.
Okay.
Keegan there.
Keegan 2, the sequel to Keegan. 2 Keegans. There's 2 of them now.
2 Keegans, 1 man. 2.5 Keegans.
It's Charlie Sheen playing
One of them
both
is
Keegans.
just like the torso. It's a little awkward.
2 girls, 1 Keegan.
Have you fucking seen the new 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
No,
it's
I haven't
just a
seen the
girl
first one.
trying to kick a cup off of the other girl's head, and she just nails her in the face.
Oh man.
That's extremely funny.
Yeah. I was like, it's like on the top of Reddit, and I'm like, do I want to click on something that says 2 Girls, 1 Cup? And I'm like, I am 18 now. And I hit it, and she just gets fucking nailed.
You know what I love?
Isn't that what happens in the first one, too?
I haven't actually seen it.
I haven't seen the first one either.
Thousands of years of human civilization working together towards technological improvement has led
To
the-
this.
to a girl getting kicked in the face and it being broadcast
Well,
to the world.
I mean,
I love
humanity
that.
is maximized for utility. We enjoy things. So, of course, when we create massive advances in technology, it moves our enjoyment rate up massively.
But imagine like how many different advancements we had to get to before we could get that happen. Like we had to have the internet, we had to have good cameras, we had to have.
I think people have been trying to kick things off people's heads.
No.
Probably Mesopotamia.
The
I'm going to be honest.
No, the kicking is forever. But to get to the point where we could broadcast it, like humanity had to figure out first off how to like work with metal and gain surplus food, and it's all been necessary in a progression. to that video going everywhere.
To the
That-
sequel to Two Girls, One Cup, all of society has led to this.
You guys have heard my I think I've brought this up before. I don't know how readily I've done it, but my theory of societal and cultural acceleration, which is essentially just that when you think of periods of history that are defined by like certain moments, like certain big common themes between them, you think of like in terms of it's like the first half of everything. It's like Egyptians, Romans, Greeks. There's like some other empires in there that I can't remember. Probably the Persians. That's what I was coming into that. You've got the sort of the Chinese dynasties. I don't really know how to pronounce it. But then and
then the Duck dynasties.
The Duck dynasty. As the closer you get to modern day, the shorter the periods become. And this is because communication and technology have improved, which means that the characteristics of those civilizations and periods of historical development are shorter and shorter and more compact because we will accelerate our technology and thus our culture. Because technology, I think the primary aspect of it, for me at least, is communication, which is like whenever there's been a huge communication advancement, you've gotten shorter and shorter periods of which
It takes less time for it all to happen.
Yeah, it does. So up until like I think probably the 1900s, nobody had been like, oh, well, it was like the Edwardian, the Victorian, or whatever, and then we started doing it in like decades.
Yeah,
Which is like
progressive era.
Yeah,
like 20s,
it's
30s.
like smaller and smaller and smaller, and each time it's like another thing. So now that we're into the age of cell phones, I have a theory that it's now going to become like years because I can't.
Past the age of cell phones was when they first came out.
No, but like not cell phones, but like the internet, like that sort
Memes.
of. Yeah, not. I mean,
The age
sure,
of
memes. Sure, the age of memes, but I think it's going to like literally boil down to individual years where the style and culture of the planet is going to be. I'm fucking this all up in my head, but it's going to be so individualized between moments because culture can progress so fast due to the advanced technology that stuff happens like that.
Yeah. If you look at the internet now, like I've never before like 2017 have I ever seen people refer to the year so much. Like it is 2017, god damn it, this and this. And
It's like this happened now, 2018, this happened.
2017 was the worst year ever. All of the worst things happened.
It's literally because things can be recorded and communication happens so accurately. The culture is going to progress not only so fast, it's just going to happen in such small little blips that like movements are going to happen.
I'm so not ready for that. I mean, I can barely, like, I'm a pretty odd person, I'll admit. So like, I like when things are a bit stable. You know, you get a lay of the land, you understand things, work from there. A yearly change as monumental as the change in decades would be near impossible to manage day to day, I think.
I
but
think
also,
it's not going to be that drastic quite as much.
Okay, guys, we're down to the wire. We need to finish the movement. It's almost shorter. The end of the year.
But like the 1920s was more similar to the 1930s and than like the 80s was to the 70s. Let's use a better thing. Like the 10s to the 20s, because that's just such a distinct split right down the middle in 29. But like the 10s to the 20s or like are so much more similar than like the 70s
2000s.
to the 80s or the 2000s to like
now. I think that's the biggest thing, because 70s, 80s, I can
the
still
culture
see it.
of the climate of the world right now is so different than it even was 5 years ago.
It's unbelievable.
Like it's literally like the face of the world has changed.
Do you remember like a long time ago when people were still like talking about movies, like we might get a new Star Wars movie soon? Or the thing that really hit me was
This is sort of a little bit.
No, listen.
A micro version of this.
Well, it's a micro version of it, but like when we were a fair bit younger, they said, "Yep, they're gonna make a second Avengers movie. It's gonna be in 2018." And I was like, I'm never gonna be around. That's gonna be so long.
I'm gonna be dead. 2018, I'm gonna be dead.
Like I'm not. There's no way the world's gonna exist.
I give myself 2 more years.
Is that the third Avengers movie?
Yes.
Age of Ultron.
But like, it was all leading up to this one big climactic setup, and I was like, that's gonna be so long from now. No, it's happened. It was pretty good, I thought. But
See, I haven't even seen it.
Cameron saw it like a couple days ago.
Yeah, it was over a week ago at this point, because I remember on the last episode Cameron talked about it.
So then, yeah, but like, it was a lot of things that were gonna happen in the future are happening like right about now.
Well, I think that might just be perception. I don't think that's cultural acceleration so much as it is people failing to notice the passage of time when they're like 8 years old or whatever.
Yeah, both of these things. But yeah, culture. I think you mentioned like 2017 was the year you noticed people using the year. For me, it was 2016. Like, I can still hear the argument. It's 2016. How is this still a thing? Like, I don't think about that in the current year. For some reason, I always think about it in the year 2016.
Well, I'm not even just talking about that. I'm more talking about, like, 2017 is the worst year ever, and everything's gone wrong. And then 2018 is the worst year ever, and every year is the worst year ever, but, like, actually it's not. And it's like, everything is so much worse now than it's ever been in the past. Well, no, we live in the most peaceful period in human history.
America's pretty prosperous, no world wars.
And if you watch old TV shows, you'll even see, like, it is 2008. How is everything still like this? And it's like, well, it's 2018. How is it? Well,
things are better now, though. Like,
they're better.
2008.
It's not the worst year ever.
I mean, to be fair, that was like not in the depth, but in the middle of a financial crisis. But what I find fun, the whole passage of time thing, is I was reading a book that mentioned telegrams a lot, and telegraph and all that.
Yeah.
And I checked, and I thought, how fun would it be to send a telegram just in the modern day, see what happens.
That's a letter, Jared?
No, like
Telegrams and
with the whole
whatnot.
the old like Morse,
yeah.
and then they have the guy delivering it not through the postal service, like just a Western Union telegram. And I checked, they discontinued the service in 2009. How did it discontinue in 2009? Also, they have an email version. It's like e-telegraph now for people who don't want to use email, text, call, Skype.
E-telegraph? How does that get delivered? Is it by
Well, so you go in. Okay, I know how it works.
just
You
like
go
an
into
email.
Jared.
It's an
I'm going to
email.
explain it to Bradley. So you go into Ask Jeeves, and you type. Please
Oh,
take me to
Jeeves.
emailtelegraph.com.
No, look up Western Union e-telegraph. I think they called it. Also, why isn't Google called Jeeves? That would be so much more fun. I'm gonna ask Jeeves instead of I'm gonna Google it.
Okay, Jeeves. Can you find a pizza place near me?
No.
Right away, sir.
No, Jeeves would not find you pizza. I will not find you pizza. The finest caviar is 2.7 miles away.
That's very close.
It's like just in a bowl on the street, the finest caviar. It's like,
here it is. The world's finest caviar. It's so thin. It's so very thin. It's very
Jeeves,
fine.
what the fuck are you doing with my life as I'm eating caviar out of a bowl on the sidewalk?
caviar sucks. Like fish, eggs, bad.
Why would you want to eat that?
I've never tried it because I thought fish eggs was not gonna be my thing.
No, it's bad. I've had it on sushi, but it's bad.
Yeah,
If you like fish eggs,
you should try fish eggs.
it's bad. This is my Sturgeon General's warning to you.
The Sturgeon General.
It's the fish eggs. It's the sturgeon eggs. So this is
fact.
the Sturgeon General's warning. Don't eat that shit.
The plural of Sturgeon General is Sturgeons General.
Really?
Well, yeah, it's same for Surgeons General.
Oh,
and
Attorneys General, yes.
So I'm assuming for Sturgeons General, it's the same principle.
That's kind of fun.
I'm imagining a full-on sturgeon standing upright with the white lab coat.
I don't even know what a sturgeon looks like.
I think it's got one of
Like
the
a
long
big
noses.
saw nose type thing, I think.
That might
But
be-
Mr. President, you have to stop eating so much fish. It's killing you, and also us, but mostly you.
Oh, it does it's just got a big nose. It's not like a saw. It's just got a big nose. Like, that man got a honking nose. Everyone look up sturgeon right now because it got a honking nose.
Yeah, this is your look up sturgeon section of the
What
week.
a big ass nose. This fish got a big ass nose. Oh, heck yeah.
Oh my God, Becky. Look at her nose.
Sturgeon.
What is that
so
from?
big. That's from the classic Sir Mix-a-Lot hit, Baby Got Back. You might know it from Anaconda.
Sturgeon rhinoplasty.
Wow, I'm very uncultured. This is why I'm not cool with the passage of time, because I still haven't learned Sir Mix-a-Lot's classic Baby Got Back. So how will I keep up?
That's old, Jared.
Yeah, but like if I can't keep up with
Who is
stuff from
Sir
the past,
Mix-a-Lot?
The guy who wrote the butt song. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
What is he doing now?
I don't know.
Probably working a job
Hey,
in sales.
new prompt. What's Sir Mix-a-Lot doing now?
he's got like a wife,
Baby
two
got
kids,
back Sir
2.5
Mix-a-Lot
cars.
with the Seattle Orchestra.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's something
He's
you'd
on
s-
Twitter.
Oh, it's like that time I found Jeff Kinney's Twitter and was still
I don't
shocked
want to.
that it still
I
happened.
don't want to think about that. He's, thank you for being part of the LOB and bringing hardware to Seatown, my favorite Seahawks player. You will be missed. Thank you, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Hey, okay, I have one more prompt I want to do before the end of the episode.
Okay, yeah.
So Danielle Buchan, again, sent us a lot of prompts this week. Thank you. They're very, very good. I'm very sorry also if I'm butchering your name.
It's probably just Daniel.
It's not Daniel, Jared.
So it kind of the Fallout Boy. Not the Fallout Boy. That's what the prompt is about. The Sir Mix-a-Lot discussion, kind of thinking about what Sir Mix-a-Lot doing now, reminded me of this. The prompt Fallout Men. Fallout Boy's all grown up. What are they? What?
Wait, for reference,
I was under the impression Fallout Boy was that like man in the Fallout games, like that tiny one with like the blue suit.
The 76 guy, like with 76 on his back or whatever.
Yes,
I think there's always a different number, but yes, yeah. I was under the impression that was his name.
So, for reference, is Fallout Boy a band, and what songs?
Fallout Boy is a band, and they have songs like "My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark."
There we go. That'll be the thing I can use to reference.
So I have never been in Hot Topic, so I can't really relate to this.
That's fair. Okay, well,
I've been in Spencer's Gifts.
What do you think?
Like Spencer's Gifts?
It's like Spencer's Gifts. It's kind of like Spencer's Gifts.
So what Spencer's Gifts of bands songs.
Is this Jared Way? Is that the man who this is?
Who?
Yeah,
Gerard Way.
Gerard.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I forgot. I didn't remember the name.
There are like very few. There are very few famous Jareds.
Kushner?
There's Kushner and Fogel. So I share my name with a guy who trades Pokemon cards for a living, and a guy who's in prison.
Jared, get closer to the mic. Thank you. Gerard Way is in My Chemical Romance, which is actually I submitted a My Chemical Romance prompt. We could kind of do them both in conjunction.
Okay,
I submitted My Chemical Romance.
That's just like early alchemists.
So I think the Fallout Men versus the My Chemical Romance is kind of like...
It's a battle of the bands.
It's a literal battle of the bands. Aiden, what are you doing tonight?
Okay, so this is kind of a big deal. Oh boy. There was the first Bitter Jester Battle of the Bands, emceed by Hannibal Buress.
Who was?
Who was a nobody at the time, but still talented. And so they asked him to MC the event.
Time for... music. Y'all ever music?
You don't like music.
I love that Hannibal Buress.
The Hannibal Buress show?
Yeah,
the one where they have you're ready for music? Yeah, I love that bit.
It's a great bit. I made that up.
It's a really good Hannibal Buress.
It's a Hannibal Buress bit, not yours.
Yes, no, that's a good point. All right, Aiden, continue.
Up next, this next band's gonna come out. They're gonna be really good, right? They got a drummer. They got two drummers. Who needs two drummers?
I cannot imitate his style. It's really kind of nonchalant and funny. It's very hard to do.
But so I listen to a lot of Hannibal Buress, and what happens is when I'll listen to a lot of one stand-up comedian, or a lot of a certain podcast, I'll start to adopt the speaking style of that person. So like the amount of times in the last couple of days that I've been talking like Hannibal Buress with these breaks
that's just whack. Like, thanks, Hannibal.
See, for a second I thought like the original Hannibal.
I never held a bomb before, so I'm like, I'm open to new experiences. I'll hold that bomb. Thank you, friend. And then I go to the airport, and they swab my hand, and then like come back. They're like, we got the test results. You can't get on the plane. You got bomb juice on your hands. Is there anything you can't tell us?
We did this big setup. Have we actually mentioned what Aiden is doing?
Is bomb juice kind of like garbage juice?
I think kind of.
Okay, continue.
I don't got bomb water, okay? I'm not bringing bomb water on the plane. What if I take a sip of the water to prove that it's not bomb water?
Is emceeing the Bitter Jester Battle of the Bands Music Festival in downtown.
Okay, well, not by myself. I'm one of the multiple MCs, so it's not like just a me thing. But I was asked to be an MC at that, and I was like, oh, I got work, and I got off work because it's kind of a big deal. So that's fun.
This is Aiden's first step into the limelight.
So I had Bradley write my bio. It was very good, and in it talks about how I was upset that it wasn't a literal battle of the bands.
Yeah, we can here. I'll read the original version.
Bradley written bios are fantastic.
The I guess I'm kind of just like the man in my school. I did a lot of theater. I wrote bios for people when they were too lazy to. So I'm just sort of that person who does that now. I don't know.
You
It
say
wasn't
too
because
lazy.
I was too
It's-
lazy to. I wanted a Bradley bio.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
well,
because
yeah,
when I read
that's
yours,
after
they were
that,
too
yeah.
funny, and it was like I can't match
There's
that.
Aiden Kinsella is your bitter jester battle of the band's MC. Not the only one. Not your only one, but he certainly is yours. He was severely disappointed when he found out that this event wouldn't be a literal battle, but he's still here, giving it his all. As for his background, and blah 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 blah, he also works at the beach, which means on a daily basis he already deals with people who are demanding, arrogant, and inebriated, but just aren't musicians. This fall, Aiden will be. If you need him before the show, he'll be backstage picking out all the brown M&Ms.
Which is a really good goof, Bradley. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Although
Yes.
I see why you cut the whole inebriated, arrogant people thing before you.
Yeah,
go.
no, they can be more cruel when they're just in like a theater thing,
Yeah.
which is one I did one about a cast member dying of an allergic reaction. That made the final cut, which is so fucking funny to me. That some asshole had
Nathaniel would have
happened.
been dead if he was born in 1980.
Yeah, there's like the thing that my friend Nate is allergic to goddamn everything, like fucking everything, and it's like, you know, like some people with a peanut allergy would be dead if they were born in like 19 like
Or in the
not in like
1600s.
the 1600s. Nathaniel would be dead if he was born in like 1993. He'd just be toast.
My favorite was a friend
Which
of
he is
ours,
allergic to, actually.
a person we know who
Yeah.
I'm going to refer to as Christ, and Bradley did Christ's bio, and it was just Christ is done. Physically, spiritually, emotionally, and it's a whole paragraph about how
Didn't
they're
Nietzsche
so
say
not
that?
invested.
I'm sorry, I'm remembering this meme, which is God is dead. Nietzsche, like 1846. Nietzsche is dead. God, 1900.
They sent him to heck thereafter. Where
and
he
he
belongs.
just, but I'm just the bio guy. One of my friends only just barely stopped a bio getting about him being a furry.
Oh yeah, he
Which
had to work-
which was so very close to occurring.
Oh, why
And-
didn't that get out?
Because he manually went in and edited.
Do you
like
want to read
that.
it?
No, his
No, I don't need to
he
read
was very
that.
upset
he was,
about that.
He was extreme.
His family was going to read the bio, and they would have thought it was serious.
That's fine.
My family did not think the bio about me being Icarus.
That's kind of
was
like
serious.
coming out in your theater bio, isn't it? Like a little bit? Like it's like my first musical. Dad, Mom, I'm gay, but it's just Dad, Mom, I'm like a furry now.
I think just being in your first musical is kind of like coming out.
Glad I participated in a
Yeah,
musical.
Jared, you're gay now. It sucks. I guess I'm gay. I don't know. I guess we're both gay now.
And I haven't been in a musical, so I'm straight.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, welcome to that fun
Mazel tov,
paradigm. So I forgot what I was initially going to
There was
say
a problem.
about things.
Fallout Men.
The Fallout Men versus the My Chemical Romance.
All right. We strayed a little bit from the prompt there.
Just a tad. So like, I assume they're bigger.
Fallout Men?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Well, they were already men when they were Fallout Boys, so
Wouldn't
I think
they be a bit
they're...
deformed?
Is it like boys to men? Do they have to like make a pledge of some
I think
sort?
it's- I
to
think
a big
Fallout-
tree or something. I don't know.
Bradley, it's
Fallout
Boys to Men. Like the band.
Is there
Boys
a
to Men.
band called
Yeah,
Boys to
they're
Men?
pretty good.
It's an R&B group. They're extremely good. So what I think Fallout Men is they still sing about really angsty shit and they have really long titles and stuff. They're just bigger and they're an R&B band now.
Okay, that's
So
Yeah,
it's
I
really
think that's the
angsty
solution.
R&B.
that's fair.
R&B.
Well, no, so you know how R&B is like really chill usually? It's like the opposite of that.
I think I would listen to a lot more R&B if it was about like stress instead of being de-stressed.
I would listen to more R&B if it was like better.
Okay, R&B is good, so...
It depends on who you ask.
No, you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
All right,
But
whatever. But the next
Whatever.
time somebody keeps playing Frank Ocean in my car, I'll hit them.
No, the worst music, like, I have a new appreciation for bad music after, Bradley, you were there. A friend of mine played a minimalist piece, and I wanted that. You were the friend.
Yes, you were there. Jared had this thing where he was like poker, and it's like, oh, everyone gets to go around and like play one song they want. And the
And then
first
it's like-
one, the first one I did was a 30-minute long version of Aaron Copland's Appalachian Spring,
me now.
which is a wonderful classical piece. And then they put a time limit on it.
Yeah, after 30 minutes of that
I
monstrosity.
screenshotted that picture on your story.
And then I tried to put the minimalist song on this thing.
And then they said, okay, well, Brad's played his hand. Let's put a time limit on it. Brad should absolutely not be allowed to play a song that's more than Brad can't play more than 7 minutes of a song.
To be fair,
so
we put that on ourselves as well.
Yeah, you did. It was totally fair, but the bad point about that is y'all don't understand who I am. So this is what I played. And this just keeps going on, essentially. But
For how long is that one again?
This one's 40 minutes long, but the thing of NC is that anyone can join in whenever. Like it has to be like when it's like what parts are being played has to like be played in that order. But it can be like 80 minutes of that first starting note, and then the second person starts in. So it's at the discretion of each individual person who plays. So NC ranges usually from about an hour to an hour and a half. This particular performance is 30 minutes, although they have been known to go on as long as 5 hours.
See, my reference for bad music changed. Like, I'll listen to some R&B, sure, as long as it's not in C. I'll listen to pretty much anything.
Yeah, but like people have been, but like we were jamming out to that for a little bit. Like Cameron was into that. Like towards the 6th minute, he was like, "Hell yeah!"
No, Colin and I were getting like a headache.
It was wonderful. I had a great time playing poker with that.
Yeah.
And My Chemical Romance has a hit song called Et tu Brute about how their best friend betrayed them. Hey, you guys want to end the episode?
Yeah, sure.
I can't top of that for my entire life.
Oh, fuck, we forgot. We'll have to start another episode with Friends, Roman Countrymen. Did we ever start an episode
We did that.
Did we?
Yeah.
What was it?
We did, though. It was the Outcast bit.
Oh, yeah.
Romans, countrymen, lend me some sugar. I am your neighbor.
No, I'm gonna go and bother one of my neighbors with that now.
A good and honorable man. Oh, boy. All right. Well, Aiden, do you want to wrap us up with those finalizing bits?
Oh, those finalizing bits. Okay,
Yeah.
so, hey, what was everyone's favorite idea of the episode?
We had a lot of good stuff.
I put My Chemical Romance on there just for that Et tu Brute joke about the best friend betrayal, and that was the whole thing.
What is the best friend betrayal? Is that like a song?
Oh, no, it's just that it's just like most My Chemical Romance songs are about like how their girlfriend left them or whatever, and now they're sad. Or
so,
like
like,
about
human
how you're
emotions?
like human emotions, but like
Yeah,
just
stupid
they're all kind of like different variations of the same idea, and sometimes they're about friends, and sometimes they're about significant others. But that's what most of music like that is.
Yeah.
And so I just thought that it was particularly applicable.
Okay, no, that's fair.
Anyway, that's that. So what is everyone's favorite idea of the episode?
My favorite idea was the Amazon. They'll follow up to Upton Sinclair's book, The Jungle, but this time it's about Amazon. It's more poignant.
My favorite bit was a small part of the whole wall concept, but expensive labor, like as expensive as you can find it labor.
Extremely
Like top
expensive.
hat, monocle, and cane labor.
Yeah, a man who pushes a button. Oh, my job is done. $25,000.
Per second.
He has to put on like his like long white gloves
Yeah,
before he pushes
yeah.
the button.
These are my work gloves. I don't wear these out on the town.
They're Carhartt.
These are my diamond encrusted work gloves.
Oh, that could be so painful.
Ow!
Oh,
They encrusted it on the inside.
I really enjoyed talking about heck,
okay.
especially once I got to yell about Walmart, because my Walmart hell theory is not new. I've been talking about that for a long time, and I'm just glad I got to vent about it here. It's kind of a big part of my life. What's everyone's pick of the week? Bradley, you want to start?
No.
Jared, you want to start?
Yes, I do. I've had this pick of the week for a while. I had
For
it
how many weeks,
planned
Jared?
out. Many weeks. This has been my pick. I've been waiting to spread this with the world, so this requires a brief bit of context, which is that when I was young, my introduction to video gaming was through a little site called Club Penguin. Which
When I was a boy!
Exactly, which is was one of the greatest things. I loved it, and then Disney took it and destroyed it. Just ran it into the ground and then killed it, like canceled its running, whatever. Thankfully, for nostalgic reasons, and to be fair, I still mildly play it occasionally. There's this new thing. I say occasionally.
No,
It's become a lifestyle.
I don't leave the home anymore. I occasionally do. So, there's this thing called Club Penguin Rewritten, which is old Club Penguin. Now, if people people who played it before will get what I'm saying, and that's fun, and then they will understand what I mean. But it's basically the greatest thing. All of the nostalgia is there. It's Club Penguin. It's free, no membership or anything like that. It's run by, I think, some high schoolers. I don't know.
So Jared, do you have like a Club Penguin girlfriend or like?
No, I'm Club Penguin alone. Even there.
So this is sort of like
It's not much.
exclusive Club Penguin, sort of like no girls allowed Club Penguin. sort of.
It's just
This is a no girls allowed club.
Even
Penguin.
in Club Penguin, I could not pull off a girlfriend.
You should buy a RuneScape GF.
You can buy those.
How much?
Well, I mean, like just people.
I
how
can buy a
much?
person.
I don't know, 200 gold maybe. I don't know.
I have
used
much
the
gold.
RuneScape bartering system in a while.
Here's the thing: I can't abandon my Roblox girlfriend for a RuneScape girl.
Ooh. Tough decision.
My favorite quote my little brother has ever said, and the man looks like an 8-year-old, so this is not... It's kind of unsettling whenever he will come down and just scream something totally random, but in front of the computer today, and this is an oft-repeated phrase, but he has discovered essentially this first-person shooter that's an IO game, and it's like amazing how they managed to do this. Like, it's a legit, like, several polygons, like this would have been a totally
Are we
fine...
discussing the egg game?
No, the other
Bad
one. There's
eggs
another
or
one.
bad eggs?
No.
There's another
not
one
bad eggs.
that like legitimately would like be. It's totally free, and it would be like it looks like GoldenEye or something. Like it looks nicer than
okay.
that. Like that sort of era video game. It controls better as far as I can tell. But he has it on mic also. So like he's upstairs in our office right now, just fucking yelling, "I bored my Roblox girlfriend" into the goddamn.
So he is that kid.
Yeah,
Your brother's that kid.
the little asshole. Yeah.
I gotta ask, does he play Fortnite?
No,
I do.
He can't get any games on. He doesn't own a laptop or a desktop. That desktop computer up there is actually mine. My parents just use it. It was like so I just let them do whatever they want with it, and there's no games on it. Nothing can be downloaded on it. Just work. So
I'm trying to get Adobe spreadsheets, but it says work.
yeah, it's work. So there are no downloadable games on it, but so he's just found the most fun IO games he can play, which are still just sort of cool. But that's how that all tie in.
He's
I
resourceful.
bored my Roblox girlfriend. He is resourceful. He's a good guy.
Hey,
I've
Bradley.
talked about that
Roblox
before. Yes.
What's your pick of the week?
Oh, I found this video of Kermit the Frog singing "Once in a Lifetime."
I thought it was going to be the piano again.
Actually, shit, it's Disney.
You'll just keep that bit in.
I just realized
We'll watch this later.
they're coming for the Club Penguin
Just
shit.
look up Kermit Talking Heads Once in a Lifetime. He's wearing the David Byrne big suit too.
Wait, can I see? I can confirm he is wearing the big suit.
It's so fun looking. I love it. It's so wholesome. Like I have no idea how those two realms have intersected, but I love it. It's great.
Probably
I love
two
it.
fandoms that just work very closely with each other.
I'm in the Muppets fandom and the Talking Heads fandom. I get that.
You're their ambassador.
Welcome.
You helped make it happen.
Like there are like 4 things I think are funny, and the Talking Heads is one of those things. Like it's
Wow.
just on that list.
My turn.
Yes.
So this is a little bit of a tie-in with itself. 2 suggestions. First of all, the Lil Dicky album, Professional Rapper. It's extremely, extremely good. I recommend listening to the entire thing. On that album, there is also another Lil Dicky song, Just a Little Thick, where he is one of the guest rappers on the song. It's very good as well. But on the album Professional Rapper by Lil Dicky, there is a track called Hannibal Buress Hannibal Interlude, where Hannibal Buress gets on the track and makes fun of rap for like 2 minutes, and also Lil Dicky's name. And it's extremely, extremely good.
To be fair, Little Dicky's name, very stupid.
Oh, yeah.
I think it
I
evokes
saw a rapper once
strong
named
mythic image.
Hogman the Intruder. No, I didn't. That's just a joke. But, like, still not the worst rap name I've heard.
For reference, if you hate rap, this will still be very funny to you. I'm not a big fan of rap, and Aiden played this in the car.
Okay,
was still
not Hannibal. Aiden also neglects to mention the fact that we managed to scare away a Heartland family in a full moon, all night, 24-hour diner off 41 by saying the name Little Dicky over and over again.
You scared a family away?
I don't think that's what happened. I
They
think they were done with their food.
They stopped talking as soon as we sat down, and you kept saying Little Dicky over and over again. And I have and you were not facing them, so you could not see the expressions on their face every time you went, oh, Little Dicky, and they went. This is like some Nebraskan-ass people just here for the weekend. They're just like, oh.
To be fair, if I was the patriarch of a Heartland family, I would also probably take my family out of the restaurant in that scenario.
Good thing I'm not the patriarch of a Heartland family. Nice. Yeah, Lil Dicky's very good. Also, Hannibal Buress, specifically the bomb water bit that I was talking about earlier.
I like the parade one where he's just like,
The parade
"You can
one's
buy
really good."
a parade and have it or
You can just have it.
You can just have it. They closed down the street. I was telling, there was like something where a cop offered him alcohol. It's really funny. It's a great guy.
It's very good. Hey, if you enjoyed this episode, give us a review or share us with a friend because that really helps us out. And if you really enjoyed it and you have a friend that you think would enjoy it, it's always good to share things that you think other people would enjoy. That's why we do our Pick of the Week bit. So maybe Good Idea is your Pick of the Week.
I, for one, have shared this with my two great friends, Bradley and Aiden, and they keep telling me they don't want me sharing about this great podcast with them, but, you know.
Oh,
The-
I'm kind of sick of it, actually.
But, you know, I keep
You only
sharing it.
recommend the episodes that you're on?
Yeah.
Like, Jared.
To you.
Yeah,
Hey,
this literally happens, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, Aiden, you know that least whimsical man alive? You should listen to that. And you're like,
I edited that one,
I
Jared.
listened to it like twice, or at least twice, probably 3 or 4 times at this point. Anywho, I think that's it. Oh, we have places you can find us on the internet. We have a Twitter, an Instagram, and a Tumblr that are all at Good Idea Cast. We have an email that's goodideapodcast@gmail.com. Danielle actually sent us a prompt through there, which was really sweet. It was nice to get an email there because it made me feel like having the email is worth something. So thank you, Danielle. Anyone else who's interested in getting a prompt on the show is welcome to contact us at any of those locations. We'd love to have you. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. Facebook group, Good Idea Podcast.
The Tumblr and the Instagram.
I did do that.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
At
Twitter
all
and
at
Instagram.
Good Idea Cast?
Yep.
Okay, then I am just
Bradley, you're a failure.
I'm zoning out. I'm looking at this three-dimensional
what was the word that
image.
was used earlier? It wasn't failure. It was inadequate.
Bradley, you're inadequate.
This image is so many. Continue.
Anyway. That was Good Idea. July the 4th be with you. We're done here.
Oh, is that recording?